Finally, the big day has arrived, Drew Scott and Linda Phan's wedding.
Thank you so much for coming to see us.
People magazine was invited for all the fun events and, of course, the I-dos.
I'm thankful for all of these little things that add up to make my heart so whole.
It doesn't have to be some super expensive $1 million wedding to have a lot of pizzazz and fun. It just needs to have a lot of heart. We're easy going with everything. Like literally, our philosophy is, at the end of the day, we just want to have family and friends together.
Drew Scott is one half of the mega hit HGTV show Property Brothers.
I'll help them realize a fixer-upper could be their perfect home.
He stars on the show with his brother Jonathan.
And I'll transform it into their dream home.
For several years now, Linda has been working for Scott Brothers Entertainment, and she's really become one of the family.
All right, the only thing that's gonna have more work done than this house
is Drew. Your face.
What?
Drew and Linda first met in 2010 while backstage at a Toronto fashion show.
This was my great pickup line. She had a bottle of water, so I just said, "Where'd you get that water?" And her response to that was, "Where'd you get that pizza?" Because I was carrying pizza.
They dated for 6 years and then got engaged in 2016, and now they've tied the knot.
Hi.
A few weeks before the big day, we got to go along with Linda as she went to the fitting for not one, but 2 wedding dresses.
So, here are your actual dresses.
I love them. It was so cool to put them on and imagine the day of. The ceremony dress is so classic. It feels so buttery when I put it on. I don't even know what other word to describe. Long sleeve sheer with a lot of floral embellishments. It's like a blush champagne skirt with pink and green flowers. Because Drew's wearing a kilt for the ceremony, he wanted to change into a tux for the evening so that we can dance, hence the second dress.
The second gown we wanted to really kind of still tell a story and tie in with the first one, kind of carry through that romantic feeling. It just gets maybe a little sexier.
The evening dress is more lacy, and there is the pink and green florals as well. So I love that the wedding colors are incorporated into both the ceremony and reception dresses.
I love both dresses. They're very whimsy, but also super elegant, and elegant in different ways.
Her wedding dress is just stunning. It's perfectly her. It's like sexy, but not too like over the top, and just really, really beautiful.
I could just imagine seeing Drew at the end of the aisle. I hope he'll be amazed.
When we sat down with Drew and Linda before their wedding, they could not be more excited.
I love destination weddings, so the thought of having everyone together somewhere for more than one day, a whole week to hang out on a beach, enjoy each other's company, that was what sounded like the perfect wedding for us.
We wanted to do Scotland initially, but knowing the weather in Scotland, you can never tell if it's going to rain or not.
Too cold as well in April,
it's going to be too cold. So we chose somewhere in Europe that would be super warm and would have tons of great food.
Ultimately, they settled on the Borgo Ignazia Resort in the Puglia region of Italy.
The Borgo is stunning everywhere you look. You actually don't even need to set up any like photo backdrops or anything like that, because the city itself, the resort itself, is that backdrop. There's so much to think about when you're doing a destination wedding, but I kind of feel we have everything taken care of.
I feel like we have everything taken care of, and we won't realize what we've missed until we get there.
Until we're already there. Like, oh,
it's okay.
I forgot the dress, the kilt, and the wedding cake. We have family coming from Scotland, a couple of spots around Europe, Canada, from Mexico, from all over the US. We were thinking, you know, shall we just elope, just the 2 of us, and go and do our own thing? But at the end of the day, like, we want to celebrate time with family and friends. We invited 385 people, and they said, you know, less than a third will come, especially if you're out in Europe for your wedding. Over 300 are coming. So it kind of blew our minds. I guess people kind of like us a bit.
I honestly am blown away by how many people came out this week with us. Enjoy the food!
Thanks, guys.
In the days leading up to the wedding, Drew and Linda had a jam-packed schedule for their guests. There were adventures, there were dinners. It was really almost more like a wedding week.
Anybody who knows us, they just know we have a certain fun energy to us, and we want to carry that right through the whole week that we're there with family and friends. We're not going to get a ton of time with everybody individually, but to see everybody over a week, that's going to give us lots of time to catch up.
Whatever I'm being kidnapped for, I gotta look good.
To kick it all off, on the Wednesday before the wedding, Drew and Linda had simultaneous bachelor and bachelorette parties.
Drew's brothers, Jonathan and JD, handled the fellas' activities.
Don't ask questions.
And Linda's sister, April, was in charge of planning the girls' day.
All right.
But then we're all coming together in the end. That's the one thing we just wanted to have. At the end of the day, we all get together and celebrate together.
The rehearsal dinner was held on Thursday, only for the immediate family members and members of the wedding party, and so it had roughly 40 guests.
The rehearsal dinner is just a chance for the entire wedding party to get together and relax and just really have a nice dinner and go through the run of the show for the wedding day.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
At the rehearsal dinner, Drew and Linda also handed out the gifts for their wedding party.
Swanky Badger is the company, and they're these custom boxes for little gifts. So we have in there a flask with their initial on it. I have a card case. It's just something that's a little custom for them to give them a bit of style. I'm known as the stylish brother in our family, so I wanted to pass on a bit of that style to my guys.
The bridesmaids are getting something a little simpler. They're getting silk velvet PJs to get ready in for the day of, handmade bags from Ecuador. I think they'll appreciate that. It's like a beach tote that they can use during the trip.
On Friday night, the evening before the wedding, Drew and Linda hosted a traditional Apulian-styled buffet dinner.
Bread, cheese, pasta, really everything that showed off what foodies Drew and Linda consider themselves to be.
I honestly am blown away by how many people came out this week with us. Enjoy the food.
Thanks, guys.
The welcoming party is just meant to be a get-together with everyone to say thank you so much for coming. It's almost like a high school and college reunion. At the end of the day, we just want to have family and friends together. It's absolutely the most important thing for us.
I have 10 bridesmaids. They're made up of my 3 older sisters, my niece, girls from high school. They're like family.
Linda doesn't have any maid of honors.
I couldn't pick one.
Yeah. On the guys' side, I have 10 as well. My 2 best men, JD and Jonathan, my brothers. And then I have my cousin, some of my old high school and college friends. And then I have Linda's brother, James, as well. So it's a full house. I'm Scottish, so I'm wearing a kilt for the wedding. That's my tuxedo. And then all the groomsmen are wearing kilts, which is exciting for me, and my dad's gonna be very proud.
All the bridesmaids are wearing dresses from Reformation. They're wearing dresses in emerald green, which is one of my favorite colors. And that'll go with the overall pink and green color scheme.
As we're walking up the aisle, or she's walking up the aisle, I will already be crying. I can guarantee you that.
The vows were so beautiful, just so personal, and really just showed how much they love each other.
I'm thankful for all of these little things that add up to make my heart so whole.
When we go to the reception, we're actually both changing. We're doing a little special dance for our first dance, so we had to be able to move a bit. This first dance is going to be one to talk about. It's going to be epic, especially since Emma Slater and Sasha Farber, they are such close friends of ours now, and they choreographed this with us because they wanted to make sure that we blew everyone's mind. We have one where she does a cartwheel on me, so she cartwheels over me. I pick
In
her
a
up
dress.
in a dress. I pick her up over my head, like, so she's sort of like a log that I'm holding up kind of thing, and I spin and spin and spin. That's the part that she doesn't like because I spin so fast that she gets dizzy.
There were plenty of offerings, a full appetizer buffet, a 3-course dinner, a massive dessert buffet.
Their wedding designer, Vincenzo, is a mastermind of floral decor, and he did all the flowers for their affair.
We didn't just go for a white cake, we went for something that had a bit of a transition from white into something that's more our aesthetic.
The cake, which was designed by the masterminds behind the show, Cake Hunters, featured multiple tiers with multiple flavors.
after so much build up and excitement towards this big day, Drew and Linda are just happy that they're finally husband and wife, and they're looking forward to the future together.
I'm most looking forward to spending more time, more quality time together. We've been working so hard for so long, and we've just been on the road all the time, so I'm looking forward to making plans to settle down a little and just enjoy doing nothing once in a while.
Yeah, well, our schedule we keep so packed, so it's the same for me. Just spending more time with the one I love and doing some of the fun things that we always want to do, instead of just going somewhere because we have to work there. Actually taking that downtime, leave the cell phone at home, and just do some stuff together.
That's major.
One day, that's a huge step for me.